Good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to call the Finance and Personnel Committee meeting to order. We'll start off with the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I believe everybody's gone through the minutes.
Move them.
First by Legislator Wilbur, second by Legislator Mangano. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. Thank you very much.
Mr. Chairman,
Yeah.
over here. Just make sure everybody on the committee is speaking directly into their mics so that people can hear on the software that we're using.
Thank you, Terry. I appreciate the reminder. Okay. On to resolutions. HS1, I would accept the motion to move them in a block. HS1 through HS5.
I'll move.
I got a first by Legislator Wilbur, second by Legislator Twist. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries. Thank you very much. EP1, resolution authorizing budget modification, Department of Community Development, Tourism and Planning, snowmobile trail grants. I got a first by Legislator Hulse, second by Legislator Mangano. There any discussion, questions? This is an annual resolution we do for the 10 snowmobile clubs throughout, and it's proportionally divvied out. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries. Thank you very much. HE1, resolution authorizing Health Department, new position request, new public health educator position for the Overdose to Action OD2A grant from the New York State Department of Health Research, Inc.
I'll move resolution HE1 and HE2.
As a
As
block. Resolution on HE2, resolution authorizing Health Department reclassification request senior health program specialist for Healthy Families Program. So I have a motion
To move as a block.
to move as a block from Legislator Wilbur, second by Legislator Walpole. Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries. Thank you very much. Infrastructure.
I'd like to make a motion to move IT1 through IT6 as a block.
As a block?
Second.
How about AD?
IT8. I stand corrected, yeah.
IT8, yes, 1
Second.
through IT1 through IT8. I have a motion by Legislator Walpole. I have a second by Legislator Twist. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries. Thank you very much. On to departments. First, we have Treasurer Gardner.
Everybody should have received my update again. I apologize. I wanted to make sure that.
Kevin, can you come up and so everybody can hear what you're saying, please?
We got to shut off.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody, I sent out my update and just with the updated sales tax numbers as of today. And you'll see the second page actually is the reserve funds. They haven't changed much last year and start off this year pretty close to the same. And then actually our calendar year to date for sales tax is about 2.6 million. So we're looking good. And that is, in the accrual method, we're still looking good in the positive, 85,000. But the one thing I wanted to show you is last year accrual, because we closed out the year last week, we were up 5.8 million sales tax. So that doesn't mean spend it, but, and then one of the requests I have is a resolution to correct the correction of errors. And that's an annual resolution. All it does is gives me the ability and to work for the county attorney and correct errors that may come up. There's not many. I think Legislator Wilbur, we discussed this last year, maybe a handful. But still, it's important to have in case something happens when we, yes. County
Some of
attorney.
those errors are, an assessor misses an exemption or a duplicate bill issued. There's a limit on creditors awarding anything above that under the legislation.
Very good. Thank you, Rich.
That's all I have.
No, that's good. Thank you, Kevin. But having said that, that would be FP1. There is a change on the paperwork. It says by legislator James Weatherup. That should be me. That was a mistake.
Doesn't say that.
It doesn't say it, then you got an updated copy apparently on the resolution?
Yeah.
Oh, the clerk, okay. So there is an updated copy. So, having said that, I'd look for a motion.
Move it.
I got a first by legislator Wilbur, second by legislator Mangano. On that resolution, for the corrections and errors. I have a first and a second. Any discussion? Kevin did it pretty good. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries. Thank you very much. Thank you,
Okay,
Kevin.
thank you.
Appreciate it. Human resources.
So in the packet of reports that was submitted by our office as of 2/5, we did rerun another report of savings on 2/19 and found an additional savings of 140,911. So as of 2/19, our total savings to date is 402,851. So it's different than what is reported in the packet. Also submitted were our 2020 activity report summary. Due to the pandemic, we did have a substantial decrease in the amount of exams given because the state postponed all of them from April on, which now we are just trying to recoup, and they re-announced or going to be re-announced. So the number of candidates that have applied were down, and also our exam fees collected are down.
Just a quick question. How does it look? Does it look like we're gonna be getting back on track
Yeah.
for these tests?
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
They're just doing a lot more consolidations. So exams that are typically given on alone on one day, they've consolidated. So it might affect our exam fee payments that we make to secure a location, because typically correction officer is given a loan, but they've put it in with a bunch of other exams, and we have to have 2 locations for that because of the memory booklet that's included. So, but we'll figure it out. It'll
Okay.
be fine, but
Yeah, we can keep us apprised on what's going on with it.
Yep.
That's it?
Yeah.
Very good. County administrator.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I handed out to the committee. First of all, I'll go over the variance report. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I'll just draw your attention to the final page. The main block is this year. The small block on the far right is last year, so you have a comparison. And just wanted to note that this is for the first 2 months of this year. Spending is of our budget in 2020 was at roughly 13%. This year it is down to 11.5% of the budget for the same time period, and which is good in and of itself, but also considering that our budget is $5 million less than it was last year. So we're still holding the line on spending. Second, I also handed out a sheet, looks like this. This is a report I told you I would give you last year when we were done with 2020. If you recall, the legislature, as emergency provision, authorized me to go through departmental budgets and remove monies from the budget and secure them in separate lines in anticipation of large revenue losses due to COVID. The target was $4.2 million. With the closure of the books and the treasurer rolling the budget over in Munis this past weekend, Mr. Lodwick ran a report on this money that had been out of departments, and we hit the $4.2 million mark savings. That all goes back to 3.88 million goes back to our general fund and fund balance. 118, basically 119,000 goes back to the highway fund, and 181,000 to the machinery fund for a total of 4.2 million. So the plan worked, and I just wanted to follow up and give you that report.
Very good. Thank you, Phil. I believe we're all set. As far as committee stuff goes, I did want to mention one thing. I know that with the COVID and the spending freeze, hiring freeze, I know it's taken a toll on all of our department heads. I wish to thank all the department heads on everything that they've done to try to help us make that happen and make it work properly. I know it's kind of a pain with the purchasing freeze, making the phone calls, calling the chairman, calling Phil. I know it's exhausting sometimes, but right now I really believe we need to continue to do that, and I appreciate everybody's stepping up to the plate and making that happen. So I just wanted to say thank you, especially from our committee. Makes our job a little bit easier when we're trying to look at things as well. Having said that, I'll look for the appropriate motion.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Got it first by legislator Walpole, second by legislator Holst. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries. Thank you very much.